So how goes it again? I wanted to do a saw review on my 034 Super. I picked this thing up at it wasn't a garage sale, but I bought it from some guy in his garage. He was moving when I lived out in Colorado, and the guy was kind of wheelchair bound, older gentleman, cut firewood with it, said it was a great saw. He said it quit running when he put it away a couple years back before I got it, and I really didn't have a clue what it was. I knew it was an older saw. I knew, they discontinued this series in like 92, 93. I looked up the serial number on it, and I think this one in particular is somewhere around 88 or 89 034 Super. It's got a 24-inch bar on it. When I got it, it didn't run. It needed a plug really, and a fuel filter on it. So got all that going, worked fine. I noticed the oiler on it didn't oil the bar as it was supposed to. So I investigated that, took it apart, and realized that the oil line down at the pump, or the pickup, excuse me, was cracked and kind of clogged. So I just went ahead and replaced the line all the way up to where it comes out and feeds the bar and chain. It did not have the log or the filling dogs on it, log dogs. Just put these on it actually. I found a guy that could sell me. These are OE for this particular model saw. They're not Amazon, because I read a lot of reviews that the Amazon felling dogs just didn't really fit right. You had to modify it or whatever. I mean, I know it's just a piece of stamped steel, but I really didn't want to go through all that. And I'm kind of, I wouldn't say brand loyal, but I like things to match. I don't like to cross-pollinate so much. So the other side's in order for the felling dogs. I got the inner, the outer should be here next week, which mount here. So that'll be nice. I've had to adjust the carb a little bit since the change in altitude from Colorado to here, and just overall, just it's an older saw, so sometimes it needs a little adjustment, but honestly, since I've adjusted it, it really hasn't needed much at all. Made West Germany, obviously, it's, like I said, older. Some of those older saws were made and stamped that way. This one says it here. Everything seems to check out on it. I deburred the bar on it. It had been used and kind of rolled over, so little filing on that. It's running an Oregon 3/8 chain. It's pretty new. It's been used a few times. I mean, I keep it pretty sharp. About every 2 tanks, as long as I don't hit the ground or anything with it, I'll give it a quick file and keep it nice and honed in. The rakes on it are good. Yeah, it's a pretty good saw. So I'm gonna do a quick cut on it. And by the way, paid $25 for this saw. So even if it really didn't run, I mean, the bar probably on it was worth more than that. I mean, the guy, I forgot his name, he was a super cool guy. I told him I needed a saw. I wasn't in the tree business. I'm not now, really. I do it on the side a little bit here and there. But said in a couple of video back that when I was, trying to get more comfortable up in the trees, I sold all my gear. I sold my saws. I had a MS200T, the top handle saw, which, was the predecessor to the 201. I haven't run a 201, but I never really had many big saws. I never needed to. I was just a climber. So I can't complain about this one for $25. I mean, even if it ran like crap, I would still pick it up. I mean, it rips. I did a little carb adjustment today because I used it last week, and I don't know, it just didn't seem like it was 100%. It's probably running like 98%. Did a little carb adjustment today, and I'm going to do a demo cut here just to see how it does and see what I like. I'm still playing with the oiler adjustment on it. making sure I like it the way it is, and feeding oil to the bar and chain. But I haven't cranked it today, so I'll do a cold start just to show, you know, it still runs great. It's got good compression, and you guys can let me know. Let's choke it up. First pull. So, smoking a little bit, I had a little too much oil coming out. It's getting on the muffler. But overall, she rips. She does really good, I can't complain. I've run a couple, you know, 362s. I've had my hands on the 500i, the new fuel injected saw, like once or twice. Not enough to really say I'd compare, but you know, if this one just had a fraction of a little bit more power, I'd hold it neck and neck to the 362 new Stihl saw. As you can see, I mean, it's a really sharp chain. This bar is a little bit big for this saw, but since it came on it, I don't really want to replace it and then change it and buy all that, because I mean, yeah, I guess I could, but it pulls this chain pretty good. I mean, if it had a 20-inch, it'd probably be a lot better, I would say. But as you saw there, I mean, that's a 16-inch log. I measured it, and I mean, it does just fine. Like, I mean, it's in a competition saw. You know, everyday cutting, it's going to be just fine. So if you come across one, don't knock it. I know a lot of people had talked about the 036 is what everybody goes after. It's holy grail, blah blah blah. 034 is just fine. 60cc motor, just the same as the 036. I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck. And for some reason, everybody wanted the 036 just because, honestly, I think it just had a bigger number on the saw. I mean, I don't see it being a whole lot of difference. It's just kind of, you know, F250, F350 in a truck, or 3500, 2500. The average person that doesn't know, they seem to think, you know, something like a 2500 is not as strong as a 3500, even though it's the same engine. Just a little bit different stuff inside that is different. Anyways, don't want to get off topic, but that's what it is. 034 AV Super, 88, 89 model, somewhere in there, and she rips. Cheers.